Welcome to a brand new episode of Snobcast. Episode 308 today. Got Chef Tom here. Hype Man Steve.
My voice wasn't ready. I'm sorry. I've been talking this whole time backstage.
Mhm.
And now maybe should I have another one of these? I actually finished them. So
Is that
from
the
last
Arctic
week.
Berry ones?
yeah, it's from last week.
That's disgusting.
Arctic Berry.
Must have been satisfying. That's
They
what I think.
actually really were. Well, I might have caught an LSD strip.
I
Perhaps.
told
Maybe.
you to be careful.
Maybe. These were from my. They're from my stereo days.
Oh, so it might have just been poison.
Somebody's just yeah, that's what it was.
There we
they're what are they, Steve? They're melatonin strips. I just woke up.
Not in this house.
Not here.
Steve, we're going to address the elephant in the room.
Okay.
You're dressed quite fancy.
Oh, what,
And
thank you.
we're not.
I was gonna say you look very chivalrous.
I appreciate the feedback, guys.
Like, If I see you in the street, not only do I want to chat you up, but I know that you'll open the door for me.
It's what I do. It's what I do best.
Yeah, he will.
And
And just to show you how.
Okay.
Okay, because
Yeah.
you weren't answering the question or addressing
I
it.
was
So
getting
like,
to that. I was getting there. I went to.
if Steve could ever be more cryptic, it will be right now. Why are you wearing a suit, Steve? Okay,
All right. Thanks.
back to you, Tom.
Did you ever do the cryptic crossword? You must look at it and be like, "No, I get it."
What?
Cryptic crossword. CC.
Cryptic crossword. CC.
Oh, I only recognize it by the abbreviation there.
Oh,
Oh,
Yeah,
it's
it's
true.
my
You're
bad.
cultured,
That's
man.
my bad. It's my bad.
Culture, man. We got a great show for you today, everybody.
do.
Like we do every week, but I mean today is extra special. But we got a great guy coming on right now, and he is a great comic from here, Montreal. Super funny, super sweet. So could we please give a big
Okay.
snob welcome to the one and only John Cotrocois?
Woo! Woo!
Yeah.
You said my name right.
Yeah, I would hope. I had to introduce you on stage once. I hope I said it right.
Oh, no, you did.
You had
did not.
practice. That's the only reason.
Yeah.
Nobody ever gets it right. You really got it right. I like it.
John, I really enjoy. Steve, did you take off your fucking glasses for John?
I did because I put a light and because the what's it called? The shadow with my glasses makes me look mad, but then the light made me look green. So I'm not sure which one was worse.
You look mad.
You're always mad.
Well, there's that, but I at least try to hide it.
Yeah. John, you look like you're about to take your school pictures. It's fantastic.
But I don't know why. I don't know where to look. I don't know.
Just look at all of us simultaneously.
It's
Okay, I'm
like
gonna
it's
look
like when you're FaceTiming and you see like your eyes, you can catch your eyes
Yeah.
kind of move,
Yep,
and then it
now
freaks you out, so you kind of like you keep
So they
looking
move
back
more?
at your eyes. Yeah, they move more.
Can we
And
all
then-
be honest? And
Okay,
can we all be honest and just say that when we're on FaceTime, we're looking at ourselves?
Yeah,
Yeah.
100.
Yeah.
1,000%.
Yeah. I was scared. I was just vain, and it was just me
Oh.
doing that. But that's very relieving, actually.
And then when I get bored, I just bounce the person's screen from left to right to the corners, and I
Fuck
just
you.
you just do that. And sometimes it works when you bring the app down and you can still be talking to them, but you could be texting. And sometimes they're like, "Oh, where did you go?" And you're like, "Oh, fuck!" Like they caught me like not listening.
Yeah. Why am I on pause? Oh,
Yeah.
John, how you doing?
I'm good. I'm going crazy in this curfew. I want the
Yeah.
curfew over. Like now.
Listen. Well,
It feels
I
like
hope,
we're 8. It feels like we're 8 again.
Time to go to bed.
I,
It sucks. I'm not a fan of myself.
well, who is a fan of a curfew? If anyone's a fan of a curfew, they should all be shot. You know what I
Well,
mean?
okay, point taken, but it's like an 8 o'clock curfew. It's not even like, okay, 9, finish your day.
Imagine
and
if this was the
whatever.
90s, you'd have to go to bed after Seinfeld.
That would be sad.
But even at 9, what's the point? Like, who cares?
I don't
Like, they
know.
should-
It sounds better than 8.
I don't know.
But
I don't know.
regardless, John, I mean, you told us backstage that this is like the most interaction you've had with people. So
Yes.
I'm very glad I could have extended the invite to you.
I cleaned my toilets for you guys, even though
Aw.
you weren't coming over.
Yeah, tell us about that. You cleaned your like entire apartment. You made a fruit platter.
I mopped. I made a fruit platter. I did the toilets.
You just wanted to host.
I just wanted. I
You just wanted to host.
wanted to host, even though you guys weren't coming over. But no.
Well, it's very appreciated. The spirit's there.
You could sense that your apartment is clean just by those
Yeah.
walls.
You smell the Clorox.
Yeah.
I actually
This
feel like going to
episode-
the bathroom now.
This episode is sponsored by Clorox.
Clorox. This episode is
Thank you
sponsored
to
by
the Javel
bleach.
people.
It's about people.
Javel and bleach people. But
Behind
John,
door
I'm
number one.
Behind door number 1 is your old jeans with orange spots on them.
John, I'm very happy you decided to come on. We've known each other for a while, and I really think you're a great comic and you're a great storyteller.
Tell me more. Tell me more. When did you realize I was funny?
Has to go back to my childhood.
This moment? Was
right
it right
now.
Right now, just to blow steam up your ass. But no, seriously, I've had you on at my show at the CLDV, and you did really well there. That was actually
Yeah.
a year ago today.
Oh
No.
my god.
Yes,
No.
Wow.
Oh
I
my
just
God.
clicked right now.
Actually today?
Yes, the 28th.
Wow.
Was
Feliz
that your
Navidad.
last? Was that your last
man.
show?
Was it my last show? No.
No. Okay.
No,
It was
just
your
for
last
laughs-
show.
It was
My
your
last
last show. Just for laughs audition was my last show.
Which all went to shit.
And then the world ended. So clearly I'm not meant to be anything. Just supposed to stay here and clean toilets.
For people that don't come over, you know.
for ghosts.
Well, there you go. There's a new business opportunity: house cleaning and catering.
There you go. The LDV show, though, I have to say, like, more than I think there's 3 shows in my short career that in the moment, after or during, I would say, I was like, I can actually do this. Like, you always question if you're funny or if you can do it or if you could, sell out a room or whatever. And in that moment, there was something with that audience. Maybe I was funny too, obviously, but like that audience, I was like, oh my God, like these people are truly laughing. Like I had the whole room. Like one lady went outside and was like, non, je pissais, les Grecs, les gays, je sais pas. I was like,
She didn't know where you were going.
lost her mind as if she had never seen a gay person, a Greek person. It was as if like I was a unicorn or something. And I was like, wow, okay. And the lady, I don't know if you remember, there was a lady in the front that was laughing so much she was choking. And I was like,
oh my God, that was my godmother.
Was it really?
Yeah, that was my godmother. Yeah.
Tom, stop right now. Are you being serious?
Yes, it was my godmother.
And I'm like, this lady's gonna die because she was really choked. Like she was like gasping for air. I'm like,
and she was
like
high pitched laugh too, like very high. Yeah.
Blonde? Was it the blonde?
Yes.
Her.
Okay, her. And I'm like, is she gonna die? Am I gonna have to stop the show? And I don't know if you noticed, my friends that were in the audience noticed. At one point, I'm like, I'm so tired. I said it in my mind, but I said it out loud. But the audience, I think, knew and clicked on it and started laughing even more. And I was like, oh my God, that's so embarrassing. Like, you have like an out of body experience, and you're like,
Yeah.
out loud, like you're so embarrassing. Continue, continue the whatever.
Continue embarrassing yourself.
Continue embarrassing yourself. And then when I said Versace, this table to the left was like Versace for 5 minutes they were talking about Versace, and I'm like, can you guys stop because I have to continue? And I'm very like,
that's for
you
sure.
guys
The
know, like,
Allstate
I'm
people.
very like, I say my story. You know what I mean? Like I'm not improvising.
Yeah, it's scripted.
I'm not. It's scripted. I'm very like, do not laugh too hard. I lose my place. You know what I mean? Like I don't like everybody just maintain so we could just get through this list of things that I have to say,
If there's too many laughs coming, you just go, okay.
I've literally one time I looked at a girl like this. Like, stop it. And people backstage were like, "You shushed her from laughing," and I'm like, "I know because she was distracting me. Like I had to get my little poem out, you know." But yeah, I thank you for that, though. Honestly, like that's why I asked you the other day for the video, because in that moment I was like, "Fuck, man, I could actually be a comedian." Like, how many people were in there? Do you remember?
It's 150.
Okay, I made 150 people go crazy. Like I almost killed your godmother. Like it was a moment.
Literally.
It was a moment. That French lady was like screaming on the phone. She had to call her mother or something. I don't know what happened. But that night was very special. But there's no fucking video, of course.
Of course
There's
not.
no video.
Could you imagine the audio? You just hear my godmother like a high-pitched shotgun once in a while.
Yeah. And then even when I said at the end Tzatziki, the joke of like how Greek guys come, Tzatziki, the entire audience said Tzatziki. And I was like, oh my God, this is fucking crazy.
There's something
You should have heard it outside. Outside, like after the show, you hear people talking, and once in a while, you can hear like the punchlines of the other comedians, because they'll be the Italians love to relive their lives like that, their glory moments. So you'll hear them, you know, oh, it's a tiki, and I bet you that's the most that word has ever been said at Leonardo da Vinci.
Definitely.
Yeah, for sure.
That and a ricotta. It's yeah. But I appreciate your feedback. Also, but that audience that comes to the shows, they're very like specific and particular, you know. So it's either what I've witnessed by doing like I don't know what it is now, like 12 shows there. Like it's either they love you or they don't.
Yeah,
you know.
And that's the thing. I mean, are Italians of that age group and Greeks and ethnics my target audience? I don't know. I guess so, probably, yeah. But it's like, you know, that the gay thing that I kind of slide in, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know where it's gonna go if the straight bros are gonna, but Versace won them over, so they were like, he's good with us, you know. It's weird to get that acceptance from a straight audience in that age group of those ethnicities, you know what I mean? So, and then when you do, I'm like, I could be famous. Like, I'm gonna have a Netflix special next week if the world didn't end.
If the world didn't end.
Yeah,
but it's interesting that you said you had the JFL auditions a few weeks after that, because I remember that night at the CLTV that you get super nervous before shows. You pace back and forth.
Yeah.
How do you handle a JFL audition? Is it at the Comedy Nest?
It wasn't at the Comedy. It was at Bar 717 on
Villeray.
On Villeray or Mile. Yeah, Villeray. How do I handle it? I don't. I wish if life does turn back on, I wish I could realize what it is and handle it better, but I'm such a mess before the show. And after, when I get off, people are like, oh, you've been doing this for years, or you've been whatever. And I'm like, no, like I'm terrified. Like I'm genuinely scared.
But it's such a good thing to do. Like like when we used to set up at the beginning of CLDV, when we used to go and set up,
it used to be us setting up.
Yeah, it used to be us setting it up, and like I used to get on stage, and I used to grab the mic, and I used to do this bit about like, have you ever noticed how wet it is in public bathrooms?
Okay.
And just being on stage, even though it's empty, you look at it and you're like, I'm nervous just being here. There's only Johnny and Steve.
Yeah.
You know? And then I could just imagine dark room, spotlights on you. First of all, this bald head, amazing for spotlights. Shiny. I look like I just got out of the pool. Like I would never have the balls. Yeah. And I would never have like the balls to get up there. I feel like just being up there is incredible. Just being able to walk on stage.
Yeah. I pace, like you said, I pace back and forth. Yeah. And for me, what I find security is that I do learn it as if it's a poem. But then I get in trouble because if people laugh or if anybody distracts me or if I lose my place,
you deviate off it.
I can't. And I'm so nervous. And Sid, you know Sid, you guys all know Sid. Yeah. Sid from Comedy was like, you need to start doing crowd work. He's like, you're very good, but you have to start doing crowd work. I'm like, yeah, no problem. Don't worry about it. So I tricked him because I wrote in the crowd work. Like so what I ask the question, and whatever anybody answers, I know what I'm going to say anyways because I've already written it. Do you know what I mean? Like there's no actual improv like Sugar Sammy does improv for 15, 20 minutes. There's
Yeah.
none of that. I've been literally written in my crowd work. That's how scared I am to be by myself on stage and just do like improv.
Until it
I,
happens. Until it happens,
yeah.
I feel. Until you get lost in the script, and then you have
Yeah.
no choice, and you do that 3 seconds of that inner monologue of fuck.
Yeah. Sure. Now what? Yeah.
It's horrible when that happens. By the way,
It's the
you
worst.
better
And
recover quick.
It's horrible.
Thank-
No, go ahead.
No, thankfully, I've only had a very bad episode of that at the Wiggle Room. I'm performing. Some lady was laughing hysterically. The waitress ordered was getting the drinks, whatever. I got distracted, lost my place, and was just dead silent on stage, like glazed, to the point where I was looking at my friends in the audience and I was like this. Like, I don't know.
No.
Oh
And
fuck.
and my friend Janice was like, continue, you stupid kid, continue. And I was like, no, it's not coming. And it was like obviously on stage, 10 seconds feels like 3 hours, right?
Yeah.
But it was a good 25 seconds.
It's the silence that kills it. It's the silence.
I was like, crickets. And then a voice was like, Burger King, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, oh, okay. And then I continued. But like, fuck, man. Like, I wish I was able to be like, guys, I lost my place. Whatever. I was just like,
You said that, and I could instantly feel my heartbeat in my fucking throat. Like,
and that I have on video.
See?
Not only do I have it on video, I have it on video from 5 different angles because I had so many people in the audience that everybody was sending it to me. I'm like, don't send me this piece of shit trash thing that you see.
my god.
I'm like this.
Different vantage points of panic.
A promoter like, hey, John, do you have a video of yourself to send to us?
You have a reel?
Yes,
Yeah.
yes, I do.
Oh yeah.
Imagine you turn it into
From 5 different angles.
You turn it into like a little ceremony before you go on stage. You just watch the video and you're like, this will never happen again.
No, and I was doing because there's nothing else to do in quarantine. I was redoing my whole Mac computer with all the shows and placing them and whatever. And I literally put, do not watch, bad copy of Wiggle Room. Don't, like I still kept it. I don't know why, but like I was like, do not watch, do not click, because it's it's
Horrifying.
Yeah.
Horrifying.
When it came to crowd work for me, because Emil Corey was always like, "Oh, you have some good bits, but you should throw in some crowd work." And whenever I would get really angry with the people, so I would just yell at them.
yell at them. Tell them off.
I don't
So,
know.
how's your Friday night going? I'm here at the show. Yeah, I could fucking see that.
It's very common for comics to go angry. I think it's for sure your nervousness and your defense mechanism. Yeah. You're there by yourself on stage, and you have to. No, I don't want to.
It's that, or I'll ask them a question, and they give me the answer back, and I have nothing, and I'll just be like, I have nothing. So,
which it's great all in and of itself. I think sometimes it just works. Not knowing what they say just works.
Yeah. I'm a radiologist. Okay.
Okay.
I'm a radiologist.
But
does this feel like a lump?
Actually, at that show, at that show you were at, I had JC Surratt was the headliner, and there was I did a bit of crowd work, and then he wrote on a piece of paper, literally it was like ripped off an envelope or something. He wrote, "This is what you should have answered if it would have been different," So he slipped me the note, and I said, "Do you mind if when I go back on stage, I'm going to say this?" And he goes, "No, it's okay. I'm giving it to you." So I went back on stage and I did it, and it was just really embarrassing. So
okay, perfect.
But thank you, JC. You're a good guy.
I love JC. I miss everybody. It's crazy.
For sure. And I mean, for you doing comedy, you're with your nervousness and all that stuff. I mean, what really kicked you in the ass what was that first experience like for you when you first went on stage?
So I don't know if you know this, but I started in storytelling. So I met a girl. I met this guy, Gerard Harris, who's a storyteller, and he told me, if you want to get into writing, because I was writing my whole life, even in high school, he's like, you should apply to this company, and what you win is to be on stage. I'm like, I'm never going to be on stage. That's a joke. Like, I'm too nervous. But if I submit it and they take me, like, I'll feel good, you know? I send it in, guys, no answer. And this is like a little storytelling company here in Montreal. I'm like, if my writing sucks for here in Montreal, like nobody's picking me, I'm like, I'm killing myself. It's over. So
A natural reaction.
A natural reaction. So 2 months later, they call me and they're like, listen, you had missed the deadline, but we really want you for the show, blah, blah, blah. You have to come, at least meet us. And I'm like, there's no way I'm getting on stage. I'll meet you for feedback, but there's no way. Meet them for feedback. And the storytelling people are very different from comedians, right? So storytelling, it's like the language, the words that you use. If you've referenced, you know, this author, whatever, I have no fucking idea what they're saying. She's like, the beats in this, and you sound like, you know, whatever of blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, yeah, for sure. I love him. She's like, it's a girl. I'm like, perfect. I'm like, I have no idea what she was talking about. But anyway, so finally she coaxed me into getting on stage. And that's the first time that I got on stage. I opened my mouth with the hi guys, and everybody started laughing. And I'm like, okay, what's going on? Like, I didn't even start talking.
Great start.
Yeah, so great start, exactly. So I said my story. It was about me and my cousin going to hot yoga. I don't know if I've done it for you.
I've heard that bit.
Yeah.
And they lost their minds. People lost their minds. It's like, you have to come back. You have to do this. So I just started doing storytelling. And then Frank Tadeo saw me and was like, you're funny. Cut it in half. Like, try to fit it in, because my stuff is like 12 minutes long, 15 minutes long.
Yeah.
It's like, cut it in half because it's too much, and try and find really the funny, you know? And from there, I'd like an open mic night at the Comedy Nest, and David saw me and was like, you're very good. He's like, just continue trimming, just for the funny, you know? And that's what I did. And then it snowballed. Then I got the Just for Laughs audition. I was on CBC. Like, in 3 years, it was kind of crazy. Yeah.
So it's 3 years you're doing comedy.
3 years, only 3 years. Yeah.
That's
Is that a lot or a little?
No, that's a little amount of time for what you've
Little,
accomplished, but also just the fact of, do you count 2020 as a year, or do you cut it in?
No, I don't even count it. So
No,
maybe,
come on. Nobody likes doing Zoom stand-up.
Did you do any of those?
no.
Okay, good.
It must be so
I'm
amazing
very
when
against it.
you watch people laughing, and then you have the one guy in the corner frozen like this.
Yeah, no, it's not for me. And I was even hesitant to do this. I'm now I'm a little bit nervous, but like, I don't get it. Like, I need the stage. You can't go from LDV 150 people to like,
Yeah, it's
people
because you
being
connect to the
social.
room.
Yeah, exactly. You can't.
A business meeting.
Look,
Yeah,
like
exactly.
like you said, you felt the energy in the room that night. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like, and you feed off it. What do you feed off of when you're in front of the computer? You have a bowl of chips next to you. That's like the max you can go.
Out of the food I just cooked, I have the smell of that. So
That's what you connect with, exactly.
You know, like,
The bowl of chips.
but like in that, and especially like like at CLDV. Like, I mean, we've been to the Nest. We've been to, like, I feel like CLDV, the room feels intimate.
stop it.
Yeah.
You're gonna make me. You already I'm an asshole. You're gonna make me
Yeah, I
angry.
know. The room you have, like, it's great. You have the only thing I wonder is how we get Gianni's head in the room.
Well, the second door opens up.
Oh yeah, you know,
Yeah.
it's open.
It's like
Yeah.
yeah. So I
But
don't know.
is there any news when that's gonna come again? Did they say anything?
They're gonna
Mine-
give vaccines at the door.
Yeah,
Yeah.
before you come into the show, we'll give you a vaccine.
Yeah.
So
It's
No,
just
but
for the
honestly,
Jameson.
we did the last show we did before the second lockdown was
Yeah.
in September of 2020. We did 2 shows with Seb Borgo, and it was a disaster. Like, it was successful, but
Okay.
the planning and everything was disastrous.
Yeah.
Like,
Why?
convince
Because of the
people to
dates or-
come,
yeah.
the space, and we had to, like, one show was sold out, one was like ish, but like, just to like you had people calling like the day before. Yeah, I'm not comfortable, so I want a refund. I'm like, that's not how it works. Like, you know, like if you're going for a coffee at Milano, I'm sure you can come to sit for an hour and a half and laugh. But I mean,
away,
it was
away from other people.
yeah,
But
and
we
I
spaced
told
it out very well.
I had told CLDV, I said after that show, I said until things are like more or less normal, I'm not putting like because we both produce it, but I'm like the head of the show. So like, and if things don't go the way I want it to go, I'm not a happy person, So I decided that until things are normal-ish, I'm not. I don't mind even the distancing, but just to get people there during a time like this is like
We got to do it outside. The only way that you'd be able to do is that stage outside.
yeah, outside
Oh,
of the
they
park.
have one.
What's
Okay,
that?
maybe in the summer. They have one in the summer.
Yeah, across the street there's a park. They erected like this stage there.
Yeah.
They erected it.
Yeah,
They
it's an
erected
erection.
it, right?
Fucking must
Fully
feel-
erected.
They erected it.
It feels
Very
like it's a very hard stage.
good. It sounds like
It's a
it.
very hard stage. It's super stiff,
Stiff and long.
stiff and long and
It's
tall.
more
and-
it's more girthy, personally.
It's
Yeah.
thick.
Thick, yes.
But
Like
it's tall, all right.
It's- stage innuendos.
Oh my god.
That's great.
Only on Snobcast.
Only on
That's
Snapchat.
what we've been reduced to.
Yeah, yeah. But I mean, talking about being in public and things like John, the guys and I were having a conversation like last time about how there's situations where you're like, you just have like I don't know, an epiphany of like, fuck, if this ever happens to me in public, I'm gonna kill myself.
Or if it is
Like,
happening.
Or if it is happening, if it is,
You know what I mean?
has
You have-
happened already.
You have any of those like close encounters with like a really bad public situation? Like you almost
So-
shit your pants somewhere or
So,
Now that you mentioned shit,
Funny.
so I'm with my friend, and they live far away. Far away. They live. So I'm in the plateau, and they live in a Hunsick. So it's like a 45-minute walk, like an hour
Yeah.
and 15.
okay, I thought you were gonna say a 45-minute drive. I'm like, where the fuck?
what a fucking 45-minute walk.
Okay, walk. Yes, because you people in the plateau, all you do is walk. Yes, got you.
All we do is walk. Exactly. Yes, that's right. So we scoff sushi,
Oh,
and I'm
no.
like, oh, let's walk to your, like, I'll walk you as if I'm walking him
Digest.
across the
Yeah.
street. I'm gonna walk you all the way to your apartment in a Hunsick.
Holy shit.
It's a nice friend.
I would say maybe 12 minutes into the walk,
Oh, you're way off.
Oh
Man.
no, it's a cack attack.
I feel the blah, blah, blah,
Oh,
blah, blah, and I'm like, no, it's fine. It's gonna be fine, guys. I literally invented a shit kit in my pouch. Now I carry a change of underwear, like a little thin roll of toilet paper, because in quarantine nothing is open. So where are you gonna shit if you have a shit attack outside? You need a shit kit. Where's my shit kit? Hold on. No, I'm not
imagine
gonna
pulls out a colostomy bag.
but like I almost shat in
That's-
an alleyway because no Tim Hortons, no McDonald's, nothing was open. I couldn't ring anybody's doorbell. And it's almost that human thing of like, you're 12 minutes in, you would think, turn back. No, you have to go. You have to go. You have to get there.
Oh, no.
You
I'm
don't
almost there.
get there, but that's it. I'm almost there. I was sweating.
Oh yeah, those shits. Yeah.
Yeah, those shits. I had to take off my cap, my jacket. I had my jacket over my shoulders. I was walking like this. I'm like, I'm gonna shit myself, or I'm gonna have to.
and you're doing the Le Mans class style like breathing.
100%. And then in my mind, I'm like, one underwear is one wipe, one good wipe, and then you just throw away that underwear.
Okay. That's a fair. I've never thought of that. That's a fair.
You get one wipe.
Strategic.
You get one
That's
wipe.
strategic.
One wipe. Exactly. You get one wipe. One chance.
But you could
one
even
wipe.
inside out, John.
And then what? Where you wipe?
Where are
it
you gonna
where?
grab it with?
Okay, good point. Sorry. Yes,
Where
you're
are you
right.
gonna-
Sorry.
You're gonna
Sometimes
grab a
the
whole
brain
bunch
doesn't
of.
work.
You're gonna grab a whole bunch of chocolate pudding after.
Yeah, you go commando the rest of the way,
That's fine.
and that's it. and that's fine. And listen, you're close to your underwear, you're not close to your underwear, doesn't matter. You have to. That one takes it for the team. You know what I
Oh
mean?
no, that's where you get rid of the juicy couture pair of underwear.
Yeah.
Goodbye.
The Fruit of the Loom.
Fruit of the
It's
Loom.
over. It's over. The Croteau underwear. I don't know if you know. You guys are too young to know Croteau, but it's like Aubainerie back in the day.
Aubainerie.
But yeah, like that was my horrifying moment. Anyways, I ended up getting to the apartment, thankfully. But like, I mean, my stomach was ruined. Like it was like it was not a good scene. But I swear to you, since that day, I walk around with a pouch of a shit kit in case.
That's smart. Honestly, it's
Right.
smart.
Yeah.
You don't ever want to get caught with your pants down like that.
No, literally, you know.
You know?
I don't want to sound offensive, but I feel like it took a gay man to make that.
Yeah, it did take a gay man to make that. Yeah.
And I think you should go on Dragons then and
Yeah.
just sell that
Oh
shit.
my God.
Sell that shit.
Dragons. Do I have dragon? Do I?
You hand them out beforehand, and then you tell them afterwards.
Can we see some samples?
in case you guys shat yourself from this idea.
It's not funny, but it's true. What else are you gonna do? We live in dangerous times.
Listen, I shat myself in public. Mind you, I was 8, and it was the worst feeling because I was in a car. Where's it gonna go?
Yeah. At 8 years old and 38 years old.
Yeah. And it's also a different amount of quantity. There's a quantity that plays into it.
Like you shat, it's cute. You know what I mean? I didn't.
His dad didn't think so.
His dad didn't think so.
What about Hype Man and Snobbosaurus? You guys have a little. What's your like close encounter with the worst kind?
Before I get into that, I'd like to just mention to John if he'd like to shout out that shitty ass sushi restaurant that you ate at, so you could tell everyone else not to go there. You know,
I don't even remember it, but it also didn't help that we scoffed it and then decided, oh, let's go for an hour and 15-minute walk with no bathrooms anywhere.
Oh, no.
Anyways, okay, that's fair. For me, I don't know. I mean, there's definitely shit situations. I mean, but there's also the you know, I feel like in high school I had a situation where like someone puts the note on your back. You know,
Oh.
not that I was being bullied. It was literally a joke. But
Yeah.
like you, and you're walking around the whole time with the fucking note on your back. I don't remember what it said, but it wasn't like, you know, the kick me, I'm stupid thing. But definitely something along those lines of like, I don't know, I didn't take a shit today. I don't know, something.
And the worst with that is that when you sit down and you finally hear the paper ruffle on your back or something, you're like, how fucking long have I had this thing on my back?
Yeah, and you know exactly who did it because you see the handwriting.
Yeah,
you know what I mean.
You look at it and you're like, it was that fucking idiot.
Either that or they're next to you and they're like,
yeah.
How did you ever get over that? Tom shot himself, and you had a little piece of paper.
Guys, that's not even the worst thing that happens to me.
Oh no! How are you sitting here in front of us today talking about it?
That's
You're
not
such a survivor. He shot himself. Are you okay?
It could have been worse.
I had a paper, guys, on my back for half the Oh no! I almost shot myself on the street. Are you okay?
Listen,
shot himself in the car
in his dad's new car.
An 8-year-old boy, and you had a little paper on your back.
No, and I have my dad next to me telling me, "You better fucking hold it. We're almost home. You better fucking hold it." And I'm like, I can't. No, don't fucking do this. Don't fucking do this.
Like a normal person anymore. And you bring up a piece of paper,
and then
I want it to be different.
As it's coming out, my dad's yelling, "Lift, lift!" So at least I don't make contact with the seat.
That's what you went through, and you compared it to a piece of paper on your back. Wow, I mean, did you go to therapy for that? Like,
I've actually been in therapy for the past 6 years, but it's okay. Yeah. The fact is, I want it to be different. You know, I also have
triggering. Am I triggering you right now? Does this trigger you? He shot himself.
That's not the worst, though.
Okay. Okay, but is it worse than a paper on your back?
Well, it depends what was written on the paper. What if you got a really bad paper cut when you took it off?
Okay, yeah.
You get one of those fucked up ones where your skin bends on your finger that never heals.
Yeah, I shouldn't be judging, and I'm sorry. I hear.
Okay, you've always been a piece of shit. Fuck.
I know, well, I mean, yeah.
But the thing is, honestly, there's also been situations where, like at one point, I had to stop eating movie theater butter on my popcorn because it would literally, like, right after the movie, go right through me. You know what I mean?
That's what we're talking about. That's what we're talking about.
Yeah,
Shitting.
but I'm done. I'm done talking about shitting now because, and there's also the situation, and I think Steve can relate, where you have to shit, and you're going up to your door with your key, and the shit knows.
Oh, it knows.
Oh my god! And you never get the fucking key in on the first shot. You can hit that. You can hit the keyhole blind.
It's
every
like
other day.
The serial killer's coming. You know they're trying to open the door.
Yeah.
No, the worst is when you know, like, if it usually it happens. I find that happens when you're leaving work. Like when you're on your way home.
I'm okay. It usually happens if I'm coming back from like somewhere.
Yeah, but like, and on the way, like you're getting it. You know, you're getting that feeling, and you're calming it. You're putting the dog back to sleep, relax.
Not now. Yeah.
The second you're good. At one point you're good. You're like, oh, okay, maybe it was just, I had to burp or something. And then you turn the corner of your street, and it's like your asshole awakens. It's like, oh, are we home? It feels like we're close enough to shit.
Your asshole awakens.
Yeah. And then that's where how do I get out of the car? And then you get, and God forbid you get inside the house, and it's like you make the buzzer beater. You know what I mean? Like it's it's like all coordinated between the pulling down of the pants and the putting down of the seat.
And throwing the jacket if you have the jacket on.
Throwing the jacket.
Especially if it's winter. What the fuck? The boots.
Well,
how do girls do it in a romper? Or a jumpsuit or whatever. You gotta
that takes
get
pre-planning. They plan out. They're like, okay, I'm gonna go have a shit check. I'm gonna go to the bathroom, see if anything comes out every 20 minutes. And
guys have it easy.
Yeah, girls, I find it's true. Girls are disgusting. They don't mind shitting everywhere. I find guys are more. Like girls are like, you know what? I feel like I'm gonna shit. I'm gonna go shit before we leave. You're gonna shit here in somebody's house before you leave? Okay. I'm gonna shit. I'm like, okay, go for it.
Is there a serial killer in my house? I just saw the light.
I don't know. Why is the light flickering behind you?
You know what? We're gonna go check.
Okay, I guess Tom will be back in a second, ladies and gentlemen. Steve, I don't know.
Well, I've had my own close calls. The latest time, it was a few years ago. I was coming from
years ago. Jesus Christ.
Well, where I came that close, yeah.
Okay.
I'm talking like hairline shit,
Okay.
Oh, Tom, you haven't been murdered. I'm glad to see you.
No. My girlfriend is back. That's what it was.
Oh.
So I was driving home from downtown or like Côte des Neiges or something, and you're on the way, and you have all the carry traffic, and you're just kind of like you bring down the windows. It's winter, but no, cold air keeps everything in place. You start sitting like this. You're sideways. And you're just like kind of leaning into your armrest, like, and then you're like the Tim Hortons. We're like, that's almost as far as my house. I could make it. Oh. And then you have your bag. You throw it anywhere it'll go. You jump in. Doesn't matter. Your jacket's still on. You'll take it off when you recover. Yeah.
What do you do? Okay, so wait. You waited until you got home. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, I got home. I burst through, and jacket's still on.
Because nobody wants that situation at a Tim Hortons or McDonald's bathroom.
That's why I was like, I can't.
Sit and you didn't look. You didn't do the pre-check, and you get your ass feels a little wet, and you're like, oh, herpes or chlamydia.
And can I ask something? Why, if we know the public bathrooms, if we know the architect people, if we know that we're going in there to shit, why is there that gap?
I don't know.
Why?
It's it doesn't make sense. Yeah.
Fill it up to the door. Fill it up to the side. Like
they do that in Japan.
I think it's a
fucking thing to me. Like, guys, this is a bathroom.
Yeah.
Just fill it up. Fill it up all the way.
Yeah.
There's not that thin crack, and you try to hang your jacket.
Nothing.
So it could cover nothing because your jacket waves. Like,
What? Oh wait, you mean the hooks are usually there when you go to the bathroom? Every bathroom I've been in, the hook is broken off. It's like,
You
I guess
hang
I'm
it on top
wearing-
of the.
Yeah.
I go to some fancy bathrooms. And
That's
there's
why I like those restaurants that have the doors. You know, they have the
Yeah.
full doors.
Elixir, Baton Rouge,
40 West. I mean, it just
for
goes,
the West.
Guys,
goes on.
can we
I
just
think it's basically it's a public bathroom, so it's like a kind of heroin OD check. It's like okay, he's shitting, he's not.
you know what it
but
is? It's probably just to get a little air circulation too. You know
Probably.
what I mean?
But get that thing that squirts the nice scented thing in it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't need to see what's happening or feel that I'm shitting and everybody's looking at me. Like,
Also,
It's the worst because
we
you're not
give it
more
up?
vulnerable than that. It doesn't get worse than
No.
that. You're just there. It's like I'm shitting. I can't
It's-
go anywhere.
I'm shitting. This is it. I'm making that noise. And now you could see me through this little crack of a thing.
You know who's probably seen some crazy stuff? The bathroom attendant. You know, sometimes
We'll
like
feel
this
bad
guy's
for
there
them.
to hand you a towel, but he also hears you at your lowest, puking,
Yeah.
shitting, probably
Puking.
fornicating,
Crying. Me crying.
crying. You know, like
Is
this,
Like, he has
Can I
all the
offer you a
channels,
tissue?
sir.
Here's a
And the-
tissue.
Yeah, through the crack.
and then because he gave you a towel and he smelled your odor, you gotta
Yeah.
tip him because you're like, you know, sorry, the Clams Casino ran right through me.
But
This will never happen again. I'm sorry. Here. And you give him like a loony because that's
So-
what we have here.
So the consensus here is so far it's shitting, right?
Yeah, and the paper on my back.
The paper on
yeah,
your
the
back.
paper, no, it's paper on the back.
Shitting.
Yeah.
The worst that happened to me was okay, fine, the shitting, whatever. But I was a kid, you can't count that. But when I was in high school, I remember I was taking the bus and I was going to meet my dad at work. And I get off the bus and I had to pee like you couldn't even imagine. And I don't know what happened. I must have like sneezed or something. I lost my mental concentration over my bladder and I just pissed myself in like
Tom, I'm
minus
sorry.
30 weather. So it was amazing because I was like, oh, at least it's warm. But then it instantly got cold. And then as I was walking, it froze onto my pants.
But how old were you, Tom?
I was like 14.
Last week. Oh, 14.
No. But like, no. I'll tell you if it happened last week. I went and watched a movie with Ja one time that I couldn't stop farting in the movie theater.
It's
You
true.
remember that?
He blamed it on the popcorn, but it was just him.
It was those leather seats. It made everything so loud.
Anyways, this episode of Snobcast has been brought to you in part by Bodily Fluids.
Bodily fluids.
By Cottonelle.
You bring the noise, we'll bring the wipes.
Talking about bodily fluids, Britney Spears. Now,
What a great segue.
That was seamless.
I don't know if you guys have seen the documentary Framing Britney Spears. I think John's seen it.
I had to. I'm gay. I had to see it.
What does that say about me? I was just genuinely curious to see. Like,
That's how it starts.
Did you see that?
Yeah. But I watched this documentary the other night, and honestly, I was very upset the whole time I'm watching this documentary. This poor girl.
Can you
like,
tell us a bit the situation?
actually, I feel like John could do it better.
She was just used and abused. Like, she went through the fame ringer. It's so sad. Like, guys, no, seriously though, it's like really sad.
It is,
Well,
yeah.
yeah.
And she's 40 years old. She's, I think, my age, like 38, 39, 40. And her father has complete control over her finances, over what she does. And they make money off of her. But like, she can't go and buy like an orange julep. Like, she can't do anything. Like, everything is chosen for her.
How did the courts allow that? Because didn't they go to court?
She's
for that?
fighting it now. She's fighting it
No,
now,
no.
but they're still just prolonging it all the
In
time.
the state, they have this thing, do you help me out? Conservatorship, or where
Yeah,
Yeah,
we have
conservatorship.
it's like curatorship over here.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
But like, yeah, and she's trying to fight it now. But like, how could you, why would somebody need that if you're able to do shows in Vegas every night for 3 years
Make millions of dollars.
and make billions of dollars? Like, obviously she's okay. I think she could do it herself. You know what I mean? It's very scary how they've treated her and how they still have control.
And the whole
Like,
time I'm thinking, oh, because you go in watching this and you're like, oh, Britney Spears is she's not all there. But I think it's
Yeah.
the people around her that
course.
are like the ones that are more fucked up than anything and making her
guys,
fucked up.
we remember 2007, right?
What happened? Was it toxic?
When she shaved her head.
That was
sure,
that incident. Yeah.
Yeah, but that's a cry for help. Everybody was looking at her like, oh, she's whatever. No, guys, that's a cry for help. She didn't want anybody to touch her anymore. Like, she wanted to rip away what a woman is beautiful, is her long, beautiful blonde hair. And she shaved it off to be like, fuck all of you. I don't want to do this anymore.
Yeah. And then if you think about it, they mentioned in the doc, they say back then in 2007, no one was mentioning mental illness.
No.
They're just like, oh, she's crazy. Like, she's lost her mind. Just
Yeah.
like that whole like Family Feud episode that they showed the clip of. They're like, I don't remember what the fuck the question was on Family Feud, but it was something about Britney Spears, like, what has she lost, I think. And literally one of the answers was like, oh, her mind.
Yeah.
Good answer.
And everybody was laughing at it. Yeah.
Like,
no, it's terrible.
Like, it's just
terrible.
a weird. It's an infuriating documentary to watch. It's like an hour, but like,
You
and
feel trapped, no? You feel like, I want to go free Britney. Like, you feel
so
trapped.
hashtag free Britney. Yeah.
Hashtag free Britney.
Like,
Slash, I would want somebody to be my conservator or whatever it's called, because I can't do shit. Like, imagine you had somebody deciding all of your stuff. Like, from the three of you, who would be whose conservator? Who would have lost their mind? I feel like it's Tom. No?
Thanks.
Tom's
Because I already shaved my
stable.
head, right? So
Yeah, exactly. You
I already lost my mind.
I would
It's
go with
27.
Tom's girlfriend, personally. But
Tom's girlfriend would have conservatorship over you or over Tom.
That's a good question. Oh, Johnny froze. So their
Yeah,
wife
so
has
we'll-
conservatorship.
We'll have to wait till next week for that answer.
I guess it's Bell or Videotron that owns Ja.
Videotron is his conservator.
Either that or Twitter just censored the shit out of him. There we go.
welcome
And we're
back.
back.
sorry.
I love it.
What was the question?
Who would be? Would you be somebody's conservator of Tom and Steve, or would one of them be your conservator? That's the question.
No, I have a vinyl addiction where I just buy a bunch of vinyls all the time now. So that wouldn't be a good.
So
No.
Jazz out.
You would
Jazz
need
out.
That's out.
I
Yeah,
would
you
need
would.
one, but also I would need at least like 10% of my earnings.
I feel like well, do I impulse buy? Yeah. No, I would make a shitty conservator.
But I would give my money to Tom.
Aw.
Yeah. So okay.
You heard it here first. I officially own CLDV.
Maybe Steve too, because Steve when he's loyal, like Steve's always been loyal, but when he's
when he's loyal
When I'm not stabbing you in the back.
since 1990.
I feel like Steve is the secret conservator of everybody. Do you know what I mean? Like,
it's also because he's in a
he's in-
suit. Yeah.
glasses. Yeah, it's going that way. I feel.
This
Yeah.
is all surface. I mean, like I feel like I'm definitely the least organized out of all of them, though. So
He
it might
definitely
be
is the
misplaced faith.
He definitely is disorganized, but the thing is, and he also has a really, really, really big drug problem. So, so we don't know.
Yeah,
We don't know. We don't know sometimes. Sometimes
I
he goes
would-
on benders,
I would basically funnel all their money into illicit drugs, as they call them.
Right.
Black tar heroin.
Black tar, yeah.
Steve, if ever you want to invest some of my earnings, you should invest them in the shit kit.
Oh,
Oh my god, the shit
New
kit.
product.
good.
it's a
I'm gonna run it by Alejandro Battaglia. See what he,
Thank
has
you,
to say.
thank you. Alejandro's a great guy. Great.
One of our
Very
old
good.
associates.
But but seriously, the documentary, it's just, I don't know, it's like streaming now or whatever. But if you guys are interested, you should check it out. It's
What's
very
it streaming on?
frustrating.
Crave. I watched it.
Oh, it's on Crave now. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How
But,
is is that worth it? Is it a worthwhile thing?
It's all HBO and Showtime.
Yeah,
Good.
So it's pretty awesome.
Yeah. But also, Tom, we do things illegally here. So
Speak for yourself, man. I'm all legal on this side of the
wow. Just
on this
leave
side of
the
line.
snobosaurus.
That-
in the
that's
dark.
called conservatorship. That's how you stay a good conservator. You stay out of jail. You know what I mean? So there
John,
you go. There's your answer. It would be me.
Yeah. John, have you seen Britney live before?
Twice.
Twice.
Maybe
What
three.
tour was that?
Is she great?
But she's actually really good. Like, it's a show, and that's the thing. She puts on a show, but you can't be that person and then also not be able to make a decision for yourself. Like, it doesn't make sense. So they really have to.
I agree.
Like, it doesn't make sense at all. She puts on a show. Listen, obviously we know she doesn't have the best vocals. Sorry, Britney. But like,
but
she puts on a show. Like, she puts on a freaking show. Like, it's fun. The music's fun. Like, it's good. But I don't know. I hope she has a comeback. Like, that's my dream. That she like really is herself, owns her own shit, and like just kills it.
I feel like the carpool karaoke thing gave hope for that. You know, like when she appeared on that, and then
That was what, like 2 years ago.
Yeah, about I would say.
Well,
I think now the issue now is like is if you see, I don't follow her on Instagram, but if you see some videos on Instagram, it's fucking disturbing. Like,
dancing, the weird dancing.
Why? What's she doing?
She's doing like weird dancing and shit, and like and some of her like you see it in the documentary. There's like a podcast about Britney Spears. They like dissect everything she does.
Yeah, it's also the way that like she's looking at the camera. She looks dead.
Yeah, she's like dead. She's dead inside.
Yeah, she looks like the lights are on. Nobody's home.
Medicated. She's for sure medicated.
Yeah,
sure.
But it's just it's a sad thing. I mean, back in the day, Britney was fucking hot. You know what I mean?
Oh my god.
Yeah, but you know what? You guys are talking comebacks. You know, she's Britney Spears. I think she could make a comeback whenever the fuck she decides.
Yeah,
she did it before. She could do it again. Easy.
She was gonna announce another Vegas residency, then she canceled it.
Well,
She's
there
like,
you
oh,
go.
my father is sick or something like that.
That moment, you saw it in the documentary.
Yeah.
Literally, they announced her domination tour in Vegas, and she gets on stage and she just walks off. Like, clearly you're not well. She was supposed to talk.
It's a live stream.
Or a live stream, and she literally just went on and then just strolled right off. Like,
went to the limo.
Yeah, I'm not doing this. But again, she's not okay. She wants her freedom. So until that happens, we're not going to see Britney. I'd be surprised if we ever see Britney again.
As long as we don't have to see Christina Aguilera, it's all good.
Why? She has a great voice.
You're not fed up of it. You're not fed up of that. You're not fed up of that. Oh no.
John, who's like the ultimate artist of that era for you?
Ooh,
Chris Gaines.
Yeah.
No, Christina, Britney, Rihanna, all of them. They were good.
Yeah, Rihanna got thick. Fuck, that's the thing. She looks good.
Doesn't matter. I think Rihanna is probably like the one that came out of it the best.
Yeah, I would.
Yeah, but yes,
I would argue that.
If anything, Pink came out of it the best.
Who?
Pink.
I don't
no,
like
Rihanna
Pink.
more than Pink. Rihanna more than Pink.
Yeah,
no,
I don't like
Rihanna dominates. Rihanna dominates. She's very
Do you
good.
put like Beyonce in that same category? Is the question? You know what I mean? Like,
I don't know.
it's
I'm kind of over Beyonce. You know?
But so am I. Last album was garbage.
You know?
I don't feel her.
Yeah.
Like, we're
Well, that's
done
good
with
to know.
Queen Bee. You know, Kanye divorced Kim.
Yeah.
It's only a matter of time before Jay-Z fucks up with Beyonce.
It's already late.
Again.
You already did it.
He already did it. There's a whole album about it.
Yeah, Lemonade.
Which, you know what I don't get. It's all like he has this whole song like, oh, you do this, I'll fuck you up. But he already did it, so you're gonna do nothing. I don't know.
What are you doing?
You're saying, oh yeah, I'm gonna leave your ass. He already cheated. What are you telling me?
Hollywood's all fake, Steve.
No, but like don't start being all tough about it. Yeah, get mad, but now you're saying, oh, you're talking all this shit, but you're not gonna do anything.
I was like, this is the best response. What are you gonna do?
What you gonna do?
You did it. What are you gonna do?
I made a whole album about it. What are you gonna say to that?
Yeah, what are you gonna say now? You're gonna do the sequel?
You're the only one that can make an album about being sad. Talk about Phil Collins. How about that?
I think it's that time of the week where where we take a little trip, and I don't mean an LSD trip. I mean it's time for the Hype Man's ethnic song of the week.
Let's do it.
The Hype Man's ethnic song of the week.
All right.
Steve, take us somewhere, baby.
Give it to me, Steve. Come on.
All right. So I'm doing things a little different now. John, you're Greek, so the obvious
am.
answer would be to do a Greek song. But I
course.
don't believe in obvious answers. I do believe if I could be straightforward, why not take a few turns along the way? So, what I've done here, okay, I've gotten a
I'm
song. It's
scared.
basically a Kurdish version of a Greek song.
A
So
Kurdish version of a Greek song.
that's right. So the Greek song, it's by Nikos Vertis, Pesto Moshana. So this is a Kurdish version of that. So it's by, hang on, I have his name over
John
here.
is very concerned.
Oh, you should be.
I'm gonna get conservatorship over
So-
you.
So the artist is Karwan, and the song is
I
Dylan.
love Karwan.
Oh, well, then you're in for a treat.
I don't know Karwan. I'm
It's
kidding.
okay. No. Pretend you do. Pretend you do. It makes me feel better. So let's discover it together.
Let's do it.
It's not done yet, guys. The drum time. So it's gonna get epic a bit. Hang on, I'm gonna get to the fun part. I'm gonna do it. I don't care.
Oh my god.
Here we go.
Oh, there it is.
Oh, there it is.
Oh my god. We're at a wedding.
Wow.
Wow,
Oh.
Steve. You set
Wow.
a mood there. That was definitely a vibe.
It certainly is. And so,
Yes.
what's it all about?
What's that about?
I can't wait to find out what it's all about.
So I don't think it's the same as the Greek version. I think the words are kind of apart from that. So it's, in Kurdish, it's downhearted. So he's saying, and actually, it's a theme we visited long before. A gentleman gets rejected by his lady caller, and he's very sad about it. And like he's like, you keep I don't know, you keep your head up to come to my front door, and without you, I don't want anything. I don't understand. You ignite me. Now he has insomnia because all he does is think about her.
Oh my
Take melatonin.
Yeah, his heart is full of sorrow, unfaithful beauty. Have some mercy for this desperado. So
Oh.
very
Nice,
profound.
Antonio Banderas.
Yeah.
The songs are always about being hung up on a lost love.
It is, and he's like in other songs actually we've seen recently, he's pretending to it doesn't bother him, but
But
deep
it
down-
does.
But it does.
Oh,
It does.
So,
right
Steve,
there.
the artist and the song once more, please. And you will add it to your playlist, correct?
Yes, I will. So
Okay.
the artist is Karwan, and the song is Dilim Tenge.
John, I just want to point out
Yes.
because I feel like you think that this might all just be a gimmick, but
It's so good.
he literally listens to this in the car.
Yeah, I first heard this song in about because the Greek one I heard in about 2007 or 8, and I must have heard this one 2008 or 9.
Oh my god, it's vintage.
It is though. It is. Yeah.
It's a callback. That's amazing.
Everybody was
Wow.
busy listening to country grammar, and here you are.
Do you hear this? It's Kurdish, man.
Like, it's crazy. John, we're very normal, but we're not really normal.
Steve,
The
do you have it on
thing,
vinyl?
I wish. I would be very happy to have Kurdish music on vinyl. I can't even stress that enough.
Check out
so,
Conservators.
Steve, thank you for that.
Oh, it's my
trip.
pleasure.
It's a very great
Thank
trip.
you.
John, I think, is just he's
He's,
shot. He's just
if there was ever a time to use the word flabbergasted, I think it's now.
Yeah, this is the time.
John, before we let you go, I'm curious. You're Greek. You're pretty sure you have a big family, whatever. Any single ladies for me?
You're single.
Yes.
Oh, I didn't know that. I can definitely hook you up with a.
Thank you. That's all I wanted to know here today on Snobcast.
There you go. Look at that. You got it. Look at that head of hair. Look at that.
I know.
Look
Look
at
at it.
Oh,
Beautiful.
I thought you were. Oh, okay. All right.
His
Not
representative.
well, I
will
was,
contact
but I
you.
mean,
Okay. Shit happens. Quarantine happens. COVID happens. It happens.
Quarantine
Okay.
happens, things.
Okay.
But it's good to know. It's good to know because I feel like I'm on Hinge now, and it's literally a Greek hangout. So
All the Greeks are on Hinge.
I don't know why, but yes,
Okay. Well, say hi to Vula, Tula, and Sula for me.
yeah. Thank you. I will.
My cousin.
My cousins.
John, do you have a do you like immediately? Do you have a big family? Like, do you have sisters, brothers? Or?
I have no immediate. It's small. It's just me and my sister.
Okay.
But I have like 1,000 first cousins, second cousins. We have Zoom meetings now because we can't see each other.
What part of Greece are you guys from?
We're from Kefalonia, the island.
Nice.
Yeah,
Steve, are you familiar with that?
You know what? Funny you should mention.
Oh my God.
No.
Anything else?
No idea.
I have a very small family.
Me too. A very small
Aw.
family. Yeah.
Very small. I'm an only child. I have a lot of cousins, but it's all like second, third.
Nah, that
So,
counts.
that's-
Anyways, I love how we're talking about our families. I just wanted to know if John had cousins or something.
I don't know.
Yeah. What age group? What color hair? Do we have specifics, or it's just a girl?
Listen, we'll talk later.
As long as
right?
it's legal, baby.
As long as it's legal.
As in-
But no, that's really rude. But anyways, John, do you have any closing remarks? I mean, do you have? Obviously, I was about to ask you if you had anything to plug, but not yet. Anyway.
No, not yet. Nothing to plug. If you guys see a memorial thing on Facebook for me, I am not dead.
What? What?
This is the worst intro for something that's happening.
It just happens. Don't worry about it.
I blew the punchline. So a friend of my father's passed away, sadly, this like a couple of weeks ago, and I had pictures with this man that I sent my father and said, I'm so sorry for your best friend's
No.
death.
Why are you laughing?
I'm laughing because he went and he posted it on Facebook, and he's very ethnic, my dad, and he wrote in Greek, to my buddy, may you rest in paradise. But Google translated it to my boy, may you rest in peace. So on Facebook, I'm dead. And there's 27 condolence messages for me.
At least you know who actually who was caring about it immediately.
Yeah, on my dad's Facebook, I'm dead. So if it goes viral, don't get alarmed.
He's still alive.
I'm still alive. I'm here.
Actually, you should play it off. You might not have to pay taxes anymore.
Oh my God, Tom! I'm like, sorry to your loss. He was a great kid. I'm like, what the fuck is going on here? As I'm reading all of things, I'm like,
Kid, he was 84.
I'm like, so young. He was so young. He was so funny. At least I was funny.
At least.
My cousins in Greece called me. They're like, "Are you okay?" I'm like, "Yeah, of course I'm okay." Why? They're like, "You're dead on your dad's Facebook. He put a memorial picture for you." I'm like, "I know. I'm trying to call him. He's not picking up. For 3 days, we were getting calls. My sister was getting condolences."
Oh my God.
Yeah,
that's amazing. That's an amazing.
Your pants.
Well, we're sorry for your dad's loss.
I'm sorry for my loss.
Yeah.
For my own loss. I'm very sorry that I'm dead. Yeah.
I feel like that what you just shared with us would be a great bit, so you should probably work.
Yeah, 1000%.
Yeah.
Or were you testing material?
I did. I was just testing it.
Yeah.
See what he did there?
Open mic night.
Chef Tom, hype. Yeah, well, what's up, John? You were gonna say something?
No, I was just gonna say. So you guys laughed, so I'm gonna use it.
Yeah, the three of us laughed.
So
100 other people, not so much. But, Chef Tom, any closing remarks?
I mean, I'm glad you're still alive.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Keep it up. You're doing great.
You're doing great.
Thank you.
And maybe make a suggestion to Google it didn't translate it the right way.
Yeah, no.
Hype.
Oh, I'm glad you asked.
Once again, I'd like to thank John Cotrocois for being on the show.
Thank you guys. So much fun. Thank you.
It was a lot of fun talking about shit and other endeavors with you. And we thank you so much for being on the show. Next week on Snobcast, we'll be here again. With who? We don't even know yet, but we'll figure it out. Until then, have yourself a great, great day. Boom.